So I got my video going here. Rainy day here in lovely Gettysburg. But I thought I'd drive through the tour here. Here on the right, this place, that is Robert E. Lee's headquarters. And then we're coming up to the McPherson Ridge up here. It's probably more for my benefit. Over here on the right, there's a little bridge. It's over a railroad cut. That's referred to as the railroad cut. Some Wisconsin units, the 6th Infantry, managed to capture some battle flags there from a Mississippi unit. Took a bunch of guys captive, etc. But because it's raining right now, I thought, you know what? It's supposed to clear up this afternoon. I still got to get over to the cemetery in Culp's Hill, which I haven't been to yet. I'm going to drive through here today. I'm just going to do the whole tour. And I don't know if I'm going to do the first shot marker right now, but I'd like to do it yet. I drove past it on the way in on Sunday afternoon, but I was more anxious about getting to the hotel or motel and getting set in. There's McPherson's barn over here. And I think when I turn the corner up here, I'm going to stop and tighten this image up just a bit. Ba-boom. There we go. Alright, so we're on McPherson's Ridge. And I'm going to pull to the side and stop here and change this just a little bit to go to horizon leveling. So I'm going to stop this one. Okay, I altered this from a wide angle to linear with horizon leveling so I can turn the camera on the side and whatever, and it's going to keep the image nice and intact for you. So this was the first day's battle. This is where Buford was set up. Got the cattle in the field down here. I'm gonna move along here. I'm gonna stop the video because there was a tour bus there stopping to look at the John Burns statue. He was the only citizen of Gettysburg who actually came out to fight as a citizen. I gotta remember that most of the boys who could fight were already signed up in units, but that old guy was a War of 1812 veteran. And I do know from reading in the past that when Mr. Lincoln came to Gettysburg for the Gettysburg Address, he even asked to meet the old patriot John Burns, who was wounded multiple times and ended up crawling back into town. And it doesn't seem like much these days, but we're a couple of miles west of downtown. So he was out on a field out here in the first day's fighting, which was not a whole lot of fun. Alright, I'm going to follow this tour all the way around. I'm going to stop again. Alright, and this is a John Reynolds, the general who was shot. That's the marker there. But I know I've read other historians who've said that they think he was wounded, shot, and killed about 100 feet southeast of there, near where the stop sign was, where I just went through. I don't know if I had the video on while I was doing that, but and again, the guys who were there in the day, back in the day, said that's where he fell, where the marker is. The experts of today say, no, we think he fell someplace else. So you can take, oh shoot, you can take that with a grain of salt, I guess. And here we are coming up on the railroad cut. This is where there's a marker down here. This, I don't know if you can see it, the brown one on the right. That was the 6th Wisconsin marker, and this was the railroad cut they were defending. So, of course, a lot of these places have the brigadiers up on their little doodads. Hope I'm not turning this too far at the wrong time, because it's kind of freaky riding along here, trying to figure out what's what. So, then we're heading on up this way to a place. There was, it's all ridges around here, and so there's, the one we're on is McPherson's Ridge, but you've got Oak Ridge, you've got Hare's Ridge, Cemetery Ridge, Hoke's Ridge. You have Barlow's Knoll, which we'll go around. I'm going to stop this for the moment. Alright, so coming up on the horizon, there's a couple of things going on. There's a little white tent in front of here. I noticed this yesterday. They got several contractors who come in here and clean up and repair the monuments periodically. So these guys were here yesterday, and then I saw at least one other group. They got a little pressure washer on the back, and so whatever they're doing, probably some tuck pointing and who knows what else. But then up there is what they call the Peace Memorial. It's kind of an obelisk type looking thing. That's Franklin Delano Roosevelt was there in 1938 for the 75th anniversary reunion. The base of it's made in Maine granite or something, and the main statue is marble from some southern state, showing the unification of the two offended parties, so to speak. So we'll go on up past there. I'm not sure which road this is. I wondered this yesterday when I came through here as well, because this thing cuts through. Obviously there's a number of it. This is why Lee actually headed to Gettysburg, is because of all the roads that led in and out of Gettysburg. So wandered up towards East Cannon on the horizon yesterday, took a bunch of photos. So, and again, there's the Peace Memorial. Alright, a side window here. Got my eyeballs on the road rather than the things to the side, so. And again, we continue on. There's just plaques and placards and monuments and all kinds of stuff. Now we're looking back, it's hard to tell on this, but we're looking back towards Seminary Ridge, and you can actually see the cupola from where both Union and Confederate generals were observing portions of the battlefield that they could see. Alright, so we go on here. There's a little metal tower coming up. I wandered up that one yesterday. That one's a little one. Good view, nice breeze up there. But there was a bigger one that I'm hoping I'll get to yet today on one of these videos, called Longstreet's Tower. This is the same road we just crossed back there. I'm sure there's nobody coming. Head on we go. Alright. Yeah, the one Longstreet's Tower, I looked it up when I got back, Googled it, and it says it's about 80 feet high. That was quite the hike going up in the heat and the humidity. You know what? I'm going to keep going this way. I didn't go on that loop yesterday either. Maybe I'll circle back later and do that. Pull a Jen Psaki. Up here on the walking tour guy, he said there's a one of the monuments here with the guy, soldier with his weapon pointing straight up in the air, and on the backside you can kind of see this little black lump facing the same direction he is. It's actually Sally the Pit Bull, who was the mascot for one unit, and I forget which one right now, but they thought they lost her on the Gettysburg battlefield, but later they found her. Later in 1865 she did get killed in battle, and they gave her a little medal or whatever. The Doubleday Avenue, and there's a little bed and breakfast here where you can stay if you want. And there, again, there's private residences inside here. Some of these places were established years and years ago. Some of them go back to before the battlefield was really declared a battlefield. Hopefully I'll get around to the place where Dan Sickles was. He was out on the Peach Orchard. I was there last night. Kind of nice last night. Went out around 7 o'clock and it was really quiet, almost eerie type of thing, you know. But standing there was able to look at things, and a lot of these things are in people's yards these days, but they give you like an easement to get up in there. So, and you'll see a lot of signs for Civil War hospitals, a lot of signs for private residences, things like that. You'll see things that say like a witness tree, although I haven't been able to find any of the witness trees. Alright, now I'm going to stop this video because we're just going back to the way we came in the first place here. So I'm going to stop this for now. We already saw this just coming from the other direction.